This morning on Today's Family, teens, weight, and self-esteem. A unique program called Body Rock, started at Las Vegas High School by teacher Anne-Marie Peroni, is helping to promote a more positive body image. And some of the girls in the group opened up to us.
I've gotten a lot more confident in my body image, like compared to years before. Sometimes I'll look at myself and be like, wow.
I look at myself in the mirror and I'll be saying to myself that I am chubby and that I can't get a date.
In the morning, I feel like I always have to weigh myself.
When I look in the mirror, I think, like, some days I do need to lose weight. I wish my body looked like that, but sometimes I don't do anything about it.
It's not so much that I say, oh, I look fat today. It's more like I can put on a couple more pounds because this doesn't fit me as good as it could.
You look at magazines and you're like, man, I wish I had that body, the perfect body. But then you have to think to yourself, everyone around you doesn't look like that.
Some people think they're fat and some people aren't fat, but they say they are just because there's another girl skinnier than her.
No one stops each other when they're like, oh, I look so fat. They just go along with it.
I feel like parents have a lot of influence in their children. If your parents always compliment you and stuff, it really matters. It really does change your life.
One reason I joined Body Rock so I could help others like feel confident. I'll be like, oh, I look so ugly, you know. My mom's always there, says, Chelsea, no, you look beautiful.
We really try to influence our school. We try to make people proud of themselves instead of saying, oh, I have kinkles. Like, you could say, oh, I love my arms, or I love my body, I love my smile.
If you hear, like, your friends saying they're fat or whatever, correct them. No, you're not. You need to know.
It just reminds you to love yourself for who you are.
Even though you may have some insecurities, you're always going to be okay to somebody. Maybe not everybody. Somebody's going to be like, oh, you're perfect, you're beautiful.
Robyn Silverman is the author of Good Girls Don't Get Fat, How Weight Obsession is Messing Up Our Girls and How We Can Help Them Thrive Despite It. Robyn, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I think that program, Body Rock's, so important because it's clear that body image plays such a big part in the lives of girls.
That's right. It's in everything that they do, they think, and they say. When they get up in the morning, they're thinking about it. When they get dressed, they're thinking about it. When they go to school and they have relationships with girls and boys, they're thinking about it. And when they go home and they're on the internet and they see images, they're thinking about it.
Is that part of the problem, that the images are everywhere now?
They are. They're everywhere that we look, and they're in every way. They're on the internet, they're on TV, they're in the radio we listen to, and everywhere we look, we see them.
There seems to be such a disconnect, too, between what a girl looks like and what she thinks she looks like.
That's right. When we look in the mirror, we start to see our flaws. We have this standard that we look at, and we think we're supposed to look at that. Just as they were saying, we have this perfect standard we're supposed to be going towards. And when we do that, we look in the mirror, all we see are those flaws, and we imagine that that's the way that other people are seeing us.
Yeah, you talk about the body bully within, that in many ways these young girls are their worst critics.
That's right, right. Everybody has that body bully within, that self-critical voice that says you're not good enough, you're not thin enough, you're not perfect enough to achieve your goals, to be worthwhile. And it seems that it's always there. Sometimes those voices are loud, sometimes they're quiet, but for most girls, they tend to be there.
We saw that girl tearing up when she talked about how important it was for her mom's dealing with her and her body image, and what your mom says really can affect you. And yet, I am a mom. Sometimes you feel you're walking on eggshells. You may say the wrong thing. What advice do you have for parents when it comes to dealing with this?
Well, we want our mothers to remember what they do and what they say are important. Of course, those direct comments about your daughter's weight, they're going to have a major impact. But even the comments that you say about your own weight are going to have an impact. About the neighbor's legs, about what this other woman is wearing, these are all going to play a role. Somebody had said to me during the interviews for this book that when they look at their mom and their mom is criticizing what they look like, that they think maybe I should be criticizing myself too because maybe I'm bigger than her, or people say I look like her.
So what question should a mom ask herself before she addresses anything with her child?
Right, it's a good idea to do that. Is my daughter happy? Is my daughter healthy? Is my daughter successful? And probably most important, is my daughter's weight a problem for me or a problem for her?
All right, Robyn, thank you so much. The book is Good Girls Don't Get Fat, Robyn Silverman.